Hey there, out here with a quick tutorial on 100 Days Winemaking Simulator technologies. So, here we are on our technologies screen, and we have 4 groups of technologies. We have board upgrades, toolshed upgrades, winery upgrades, and warehouse upgrades. And we will just go over all of them and pretty much just explain what they do. And, well, if they're really useful or not. At least in my opinion. So, let's see. First of all, board upgrades. They are pretty self-explanatory. You start off with a 3x3 board where you perform all your, pretty much everything. When you have exhibitions, you do them here. When you have, when you're making your wine, you do all the operations here. When you're trimming, harvesting, uh, getting your treatments, everything is done in here. And a 3x3 area at the start, you just get the center. It is enough for the start. Like when you just have one wine, when you have 2 wines, it pretty much is enough most of the time. But when you grow, you really start having problems. Well, when the wine is being made itself, you can hire employees. They will not get any space in here, they will do everything on their own, but still, even with that, having, how many do we have in here? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different vineyards, 9 vineyard operations usually do not fit in here. Especially in a 3x3 area. In this huge area, in a 6x6 area, it rarely fits as well when you have all of them active at the same time. So yeah, these are pretty important, but only when you need them. So when you grow, you will need them at the start. Don't worry about it all that much. And well, as you can see, you pretty much just buy the red lines that are marked in here. You buy the 4 blocks at the top, no, 5 blocks at the top. You buy the 5 blocks at the bottom, 3 blocks on each side, 3 blocks on the top, 3 blocks on the right, and it just goes on, and you get this huge 6x6 area at the end after you research all of these. And secondly, we have our toolshed upgrades. So toolshed upgrades are, well, there are a lot of things that you do here, most of them related to the toolshed you have in here, getting all of the stuff. And what do they do? So the top row in here is all about the different types of wine, and the herbal is at the very end bottom here. You pretty much just get different wines, and you need different wines for different places to make them better, and if you have different wines, you will be able to complete your special orders, and, well, in general, just having different types of wine is pretty good, as you might expect from the idea of it. So these are nice, but only if you have extra wine notes. And down here we have types of pruning. For example, at the start, types of pruning, it affects your pruning operation. So when you do your pruning operation, you get the different options, as you can see here: guillot double, and cordon train spur pruning. 3 different options. You just start with guillot, and if you unlock this technology through the toolshed upgrades, if you get types of pruning, you will be able to get the other 2 as well, and you will just select whichever one fits the wine type you're using best, whichever one increases your quality, and this pretty much like allows you to increase your quality without spending all too much, just spending 10,000 euros in here and nothing else. And secondly, in this row, we have employees. I already talked about them a little, but they pretty much allow you to do your vineyard operations automatically, without having to worry about them yourself. So you can see them from here, and, well, they do other operations as well. They clean the winery, they clean the tool shed, they do all the pruning, suckering, weeding, crop thinning, trimming, everything, all the activities except for harvesting that you see on the top here. Everything there will be done by your workers, and they will not get any space in here. They will not use up any space on your board right here, so they are pretty useful. They are quite expensive at the start. You will kind of have problems getting them. You need 25 fame levels, and you need 20,000 to buy the research. You need 20,000 to hire your first employee. But if you have that, it will save you a lot of time and a lot of effort. So that's great. And after that, in this row, we also have terracing. Terracing and irrigation system. I can explain them both at the same time. They are the things you do on your vineyards when your vineyards are empty. So while your vineyard is empty, if you have uprooted a vine there or if you just bought it, you will be able to do terracing and irrigation system operations on that. These two upgrades, terracing and irrigation system, allow you to improve your vine. So terracing, as I said, when you do it on an empty piece of land, you will be able to increase the amount of vine you can plant there. So it will allow you to increase the amount of vine you plant there, especially on slopey tiles. So this has 27% slope. It most probably will not work, but this vineyard, for example, has 60% slope, and putting a terracing system there will allow you to get a lot more wine out of there. And irrigation system allows you to improve your wine quality. So every once in a while, at summertime, well, pretty often, compared to many other things in this game, in the summertime you will get a pop-up right here saying it is getting hot and your crops that will be harvested in the next 6 turns will have lower quality. So to prevent having lower quality, you will be able to get the irrigation system, and even though it is not super important, if you're trying to make the perfect wine all the time, it will allow you to achieve that by reducing the amount of reducing the effects the summer heat will have on your crops. And at the bottom row here, we have the cleaning room, the repair workshop, these two. Yeah. So these two are rooms that you need to get in your tool shed. Right here you can see them, repair shop and cleaning room. And repair shop right here, cleaning room right here. They allow you to perform your operations faster. So the cleaning room allows you to clean the vehicles that you have in here and anything in your winery that needs to be cleaned all the time to be cleaned in a single turn. Especially if you don't have workers cleaning them, if you are cleaning them manually, the cleaning room will help you a lot. The repair workshop is pretty much the same, but instead of cleaning, it speeds up your repair work. In my personal opinion, not super important. I pretty much got it because I just wanted to have everything in here, but I never had any problems with repairs. I have played, as you can see, like I'm at level 100, year 2060, and in the time of 40 years in game time, I don't think I had even one thing broken, or at least until I got the workers repairing stuff, I did not get anything broken. So yeah, I don't really know if that's really important or not. Maybe it is, maybe I was just too lucky, but if you ask me, not the super important thing. If you don't have it, don't rush for it if you don't have the budget to get it. Weather station. It is also a building that you get in here. Right here, we also have our weather station, meteorological station, and it allows us to see the future forecast. It allows us to see this 5 days into the future. Exactly 5 days. So we're at day 16 right now. If this wasn't the end of the year, we would be able to see day 1 of the next winter as well. Currently we are not, since this is the end of the year, since it's autumn, but if we were in, I don't know, day 1 of winter, we would see day 2 of winter, day 3, day 4, day 5 of winter, and day 6 of spring. If you're not playing too strategically, not super important, but if you're constantly checking everything and if you're constantly trying to make the perfect wine, it will allow you to see when you can perform your operations, when it's raining, when it's not, and it will allow you to harvest at the right time, do the pruning operations at the right time, and in general it might help. But as I said, you need to be pretty strategic with that and check that pretty often if you really want to use that. And then we have Automizer. Automizer speeds up your treatments. So right here, if we get an Automizer, as you can see, we have 2 in here, we will be able to get these treatments in just a single turn. Usually they take 2 turns. With the Automizer, it just takes 1 turn, which is great. Especially when you have to do treatments for a lot of different vineyards, because treatments are not automated by workers. Everything else is automated by employees, but treatments are not, so you have to do them manually, and speeding up your treatments will keep your board clean most of the time. So that is pretty useful in my opinion. What else do we have? We have Old Crawler Tractor right here. It speeds up your harvest, so usually your harvest takes 3 turns. This will drop it to 2 turns. Not super important, but at the same time, it's a boost. So if you can get it, you might. And well, all the other tractors do the things that the previous tractors do as well. So Old Tractor down here allows you to do trimming operations. Trimming operations are the operations you do right before your harvest. Right here, the last operation, it has a shape of a 4-block line, and it pretty much improves your wine quality. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It just allows you to get better wine, and well, better wine is always nice. So it's kind of nice to have the Old Tractor. Allows you to do more things, and especially if everything is automated, if the employees are doing the trimming operations, you don't even have to worry about it. The employees will do it by themselves. You will have better wine, and you don't even have to think about it. So that is great. And after that, we have Cab Tractor, who also unlocks trimming operations because it goes further along the line here, and it also speeds up your harvest. So with the Cab Tractor, you will harvest in just a single turn instead of 3 turns, which is pretty great. Like, when you have a lot of wineries, when you have a lot of vineyards, you will definitely not have enough space on your board to have 3 turn harvests. Like, there is no way. If you just leave your entire board up to harvesting, you will still not have enough space for them. So, dropping the harvest time to a single day really helps you. So, this is a must-have. And also we have the Crawler Tractor. The Crawler Tractor allows you to uproot vineyards. So it allows you to remove the wine you have. It is great in the sense that it allows you to change up the wine that you might need if your winery is not working at optimal conditions, if the wine that is currently right there is not giving you the best wine you might get, you can do this. You can use the uproot operation again, and to get the terracing and irrigation system, uprooting is also useful. So, yeah, Crawler Tractor, you just need one to do the uprooting. That pretty much is all that you will need most probably. And having one is not that expensive. In my opinion, a must-have. And then we have the trailer. The trailer allows you to sell your grapes after harvesting without vinifying them. From the sense of income, not the greatest option. Of course, vinifying them allows you to have a lot more income, but if you do not have enough space in your winery, if you don't have enough tanks, or if in general your board is always filled, if you don't have enough space on your board to currently process your grapes that you have, selling grapes is an additional income. So It's nice to have this. Then we have the cutter. It speeds up the weeding operations, and also the shoot remover speeds up the suckering operations. So pretty much the same as the cab tractor improving the harvest operation, drops the time of them from 3 turns to 1 turn, I believe. And, well, if you have workers, not the most needed stuff. If you don't have workers, it will pretty much clean up your board faster, so I guess it's worth it, but it is a pretty late game upgrade, so employees just require 25 fame levels, cutter requires 30, shoot remover requires 40, so most probably no one ever uses them. But if you want to do it by hand for some reason, if you don't want to leave it to the employees, sure, I guess, you could use it. And that's pretty much about Toolshed. And now we have our winery upgrades. So we have 3 different branches on the winery upgrades. The first branch is malolactic fermentation branch. So the first upgrade you unlock malolactic fermentation, which reduces your wine's acidity. For the first wines that you have, you don't really need it. For the other wines, it is pretty useful, so you might want to get it. It is an improvement to your wine's quality in general, so it is nice. So these two at the top here, these are different types of yeasts, and they can be used during fermentation. So right here, as you can see, we have these different types of yeasts. They have different alcohol resistances, and, well, it affects your wine quality, but at the same time, not the, I guess, the most useful stuff. Probably more useful in the sense that it allows you to get the yeast lab, which allows you to combine them with other yeasts, which will improve your wine quality in general. I guess everything does. And the two at the bottom here are different types of yeast, I believe, as well. These are used during malolactic fermentation, and they change your acidity level drastically. Like, if the normal acidity level on the normal yeast that you have decreases your acidity by 3, this one decreases it by 5, and this one by 8. So, a pretty big change, but mostly not really useful. In the slight cases, like maybe in 2 or 3 different wine types, these are a must get. So, for those slight cases, if you find them, you might need these if you need lower levels of acidity and you cannot get them in any other way. And Yeast Lab allows you to customize your yeast. Once you get it in here, you press create yeast, you get it in here, and you combine any 3 yeasts that you have. And it allows you to get different types of flavors on your wine, which in general increases your wine quality again. And the second branch, we have aging. So aging increases your body. And, well, your body usually needs high levels of body. Well, your wine usually needs high levels of body. And, well, not in general, but most of the wines do. Like 2 or 3, except for the 2 or 3 exceptions, you will require aging to make the perfect wine. And once you unlock aging, you will automatically have big cask French oak. No, oval cask French oak right here. You will have that automatically. Then you will unlock big cask and small cask with the other 2 upgrades that we have here. Traditional cask and small cask are the other 2 that you get, and they change your body. And how they change your body, you can check up on my last video. And the same thing goes for the yeasts as well. You can check the last video to see how the yeast affects your wine. And down here we have concrete tanks and steel tanks. They have higher capacity, so you will be able to make more wine in them, and they are more resistant, so they will have to be cleaned less often. But if you have low amounts of wine and if you don't have that many vineyards, not the super important stuff. Like, I never even think I have filled up a normal tank, so the high capacity of a steel tank you will never be able to fill up almost anyway, so don't worry about that most of the time, especially when you're starting. And botanage. Botanage is also an aging operation. It increases your body by one. Well, it shortens the amount of time you spend on aging, and well, it is generally great. Again, check the last video to see what botanage really does. The perfect wine guide video. So, right, and bottle aging. Bottle aging again, it gives you different types of flavors and increases your general wine quality. It also changes up some of your statistics, but if you do bottle aging for a short amount of time, they will not be changed and they are kind of hard to predict. So if you're not really into this, if you're not spending hours on hours trying to make the perfect wine every single time, you will probably not change your different quantities with your bottle aging. So don't worry about the bottle aging, just think of it as a way to increase your wine quality by selling it later. And the last branch that we have in here is the pressing branch. So we have three different presses. Well, we have four. One comes automatically. We have three different presses that we can unlock. The automatic electrical press doesn't increase your wine quality, but shortens the amount of time you spend on pressing. So the normal pressing takes 2 turns, I believe. It might change from the amount of wine, I'm not sure. But with automatic vertical press, it just takes 1 turn. So if you want to speed things up, you might want to get automatic vertical presses, but the horizontal press and pneumatic membrane press allows you to have higher level wine, higher quality wine, and it does not affect your other attributes of your wine, which press you use. So this just increases your quality in general. So this might be a nice idea to have. And that's pretty much it about the winery then. So we go on with our warehouse upgrades. So, two branches on our warehouse upgrades. First branch, we have our commercial office right here. Commercial office allows you to do marketing once you get it, and in your warehouse, you get the commercial office room, you select marketing, put it here, and you're able to use these three marketing options, which increase your fame and it increases the amount of people that you get buying your wine for an amount of time. And the three at the top here are just the different versions of that. They are pretty much the three options that you have at the bottom here, which are way more expensive than the ones at the top, but increase your fame a lot more. So, in my opinion, I never actually needed it, but if you're producing a huge amount of wine without actually caring about its quality, probably this will be useful for you. And down here we have 5 different exhibitions. So the 4 exhibitions we have right here, local exhibition, exhibition America, exhibition Asia, and exhibition Europe, pretty much does not do anything to you. It just increases your wider frame and it attracts new customers, as it says. Like, not really useful. It just is a change in your normal game. You just add a couple more stuff. A nice addition to the game, but not really useful. National exhibition, pretty much the same, not really useful, but it at least gives you wine awards and you are able to get back some of your spending because every time you put these, you spend a little amount of money. And when you put a national exhibition, if you make good wine, you will get some of that money back. I don't think you can earn money really. I think the most amount of money just breaks even on the cost of the national exhibition. Maybe you earn money, but it's pretty hard to get more than one award in here. I'm not even sure how you get it, but I did get some, but I am not sure how you get them, and it is not really that big of an award to worry about. It's like 15,000 or something. So with the amount of money you spend each time and with the amount of money you earn with each order, the amount of money you earn from national exhibitions is definitely not the amount of money you would expect. So, well, not the most useful stuff, but a nice addition to the game. And the bottom branch here, we have a shop first, which is really useful. If you want to advance fast, if you don't want to bother with each turn for 20 minutes, the shop is really useful. It allows you to get these order queues automated. You don't have to worry about it. You just say automatic order management. You sell it to everyone, to private and restaurants, to only private customers, or don't sell at all. And you also select the order management mode to get the highest bottle quantity out, or get the highest income out of the orders, or get the lower discount to get the most amount of money out of the bottles you have. So you can select all these based on your preferences, and it will sell everything for you, and you will spend a lot less time worrying about what to sell, what not to sell. So that is great. E-commerce is also a nice marketing thing. In the warehouse, again, it's a room. You say online marketing, put it here, and you're able to get marketing on different interests on different parts of the world with different amounts of time, and it in general increases the amount of people coming to your winery. But as I said, I never had any problems with people coming to my winery, so I don't think that it's really useful. But people might have different opinions. Tasting rooms, this is a little more useful. They increase the amount of special orders you get. So the special orders right here that increase your fame, you get a lot more of those if you get that. Like, not a super high amount, but it does increase it visibly, let's say. And, well, if you want to get some fame, if you want to increase your fame to some level, it is pretty useful. And the last two technologies that we have here, merchandising and guided tours. These two are just different rooms that you have in your warehouse again. These two rooms, guided tours and merchandising, these two allow you to just get extra income every turn. As you can see right here, we see guided tours plus 1,500 euros, merchandising plus 2,000 euros. So they give you a passive income, not too much, but over time it tracks up. So you could have it. It might be nice. Like, don't expect much income from it. As you can see, in total they just generate 3,500 per turn, which isn't a small amount. It pretty much covers the fees of having this many things in the warehouse. It covers all the fees of every single building that every single room that we have in here. But, you know, as you can see, we are still at negative, even though we are not really doing anything. I guess that pretty much sums it up. So get it if you want a small income every turn, but do you really need it? Most probably not. So yeah, this is pretty much all the technologies that you have in 100 Days Winemaking Simulator. So I guess I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you later again sometime. And bye bye.